Hello, my name is Matt Cush. I was born and raised in Grand Island, Nebraska. I currently am a Spanish teacher and department head at the same high school that I graduated from, which is Grand Island Senior High. After graduating high school in 2002, I went to the University of Nebraska at Kearney, where I studied business, Spanish, and education. During my time at UNK, I had the opportunity to travel to Guadalajara, Mexico, 2 times to study Spanish, which helped me to learn Spanish fluently. I am currently in my 10th year of teaching. This is my first year as the department head of the World Languages department at my school. I teach Spanish 3 and Spanish for Spanish Speakers 1. Both classes are also dual credit courses through Wayne State University in Nebraska. The students do not have to pay for these courses either. They get free college credits, and I'm very proud of that. My plan for the future is to become an administrator at my current school or at another school in my hometown. I currently have no plans to leave Grand Island, but things can always change. I am married. My wife's name is Maricela. She is originally from Mexico. We have a dog named Grace. She is half Corgi, half Chihuahua. We plan to have children soon. My hobbies include running, sports, lifting weights, and listening to music. I am a lifelong Nebraska Cornhuskers fan, and I am very excited for the first game this Saturday. I love to travel. My wife and I made it to Las Vegas and Chicago this summer. Next summer, we are hoping to go to Mexico. I will now transition into talking about the 3 levels of control of public education, which are local, state, and federal. What types of support do public schools receive at the federal level? The federal role in education is limited because of the 10th Amendment. Most education policy is decided at the state and local levels. The federal government sets aside enough money to fund about 10% of the government-run schools' operating costs. The federal role in education is kind of an emergency response system, a means of filling gaps in the state and local support for education when critical needs arise. The federal government's role in education has long been contentious and continues to evolve. The federal role in education includes things such as ensuring that no student is denied the right to education based on race, ethnicity, gender, disability, or other protected status, providing funding for high-need schools, research and development, and promoting continuous improvement of state and local education systems. What types of support do public schools receive at the state level? The 10th Amendment gave states jurisdiction over all powers not reserved for the federal government in the U.S. Constitution, including education. State governments often choose to delegate much of their authority to local school districts, but they can reclaim that authority. States provide for slightly less than half of the school's operating costs. What types of support do public schools receive at the local level? States create school districts. Each school district is governed by a school board whose members are either elected or appointed. School boards are responsible for establishing curricula, hiring personnel, and deciding which schools should be closed, consolidated, or constructed. At the local level, school boards are responsible for funding the rest of their budgets. They do this by collecting property taxes on all of the homes and businesses. Who is in charge of these various levels regarding education? At the federal level, the Secretary of Education is in charge. This is a paid position. At the state level, the Department of Education is in charge. There are many paid positions within the Department of Education. At the local level, the Board of Education is in charge. Being a board member could be a paid position or not, depending on the state. The level with the most power is the local level. The reason is because of the 10th Amendment that gave power to the states. The states usually delegate responsibility to local school districts, so that is why the local level has the most power. Which of the three levels of government has the most influence over component 6.1? Evaluate, develop, and implement management, communication, technology, school-level governance, and operation systems that support each student's learning needs and promote the mission and vision of the school. The level with the most influence is the local level. It is the local level's responsibility to promote the mission and vision of the school. Which of the three levels of government has the most influence over component 6.2? Evaluate, develop, and advocate for data-informed and equitable resourcing plan that supports school improvement and student development. The level with the most influence, once again, the local level, because states delegate much of their authority to local school districts. Which of the three levels of government have the most influence over component 6.3? Reflectively evaluate, communicate about, and implement laws, rights, policies, and regulations to promote student and adult success and well-being. The level with the most influence is the federal level. The reason I say this is because of laws made by the federal government that ensure no student is denied the right to education based on any protected status. States, of course, have their own laws and policies, but as far as who has the most influence, I believe the federal government has more. How does all of this support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult? These three levels of government all work together to support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult. The federal level ensures that schools follow federal laws relating to education, in addition to providing some funding, about 10%. The state level has policies that schools need to follow, as well as provides half of the school's funding. The state also delegates authority to local school districts. The local level makes the curricula, hires teachers, and funds the schools through collecting property taxes. The state and federal levels really rely on the local level to ensure the educational success and well-being of each student and adult. Correlation. This assignment promoted the current and future success and well-being of each student and adult by applying the knowledge, skills, and commitments necessary to improve management, communication, technology, school-level governance, and operation systems, to develop and improve data-informed and equitable school resource plans, and to apply laws, policies, and regulations. The way the assignment promoted these things was through having us read articles and present our findings. Relevant. This assignment was relevant to my current learning because it helped me to better understand the roles that federal, state, and local levels play in public education. I didn't know exactly what their roles were, although I did have some understanding. After this assignment, I have a much better picture in my mind of their roles. Reflection. Looking forward, I'm not exactly sure how this assignment will change the way that I teach and learn, but it will influence the decisions I make as a future school leader. Two examples are, number one, I will have a better understanding of how much power I will have at a local level to create change, of course, with the support of the school board. Number two, I will have a better understanding of how, if my school doesn't perform well, that the state can take that power away. The government can also do the same. Here are my references. Thank you.